behind me there, my lovely house. Okay, it's not my house, it's somebody else's. I'm just down by the promenade. Anyway, so the point here is I'm just getting more and more messages from people who are very, very frustrated at what's going on at the moment in the country. And that's starting to boil over. It really is, unfortunately. Some of the rhetoric I'm hearing, just walking around, chatting to people coming on to me and saying, oh, things are going to turn nasty soon. And I'm like, please, you have to remain calm. Don't give Keir Starmer what he wants, because this is exactly what he wants. He wants people to start doing stupid things. What happened with Lucy Connolly, with all the other political prisoners, with God rest his soul, with Peter Lynch, it was a warning shot to the rest of us. Yeah, hideous, isn't it? Absolutely hideous that that could take place here in the UK, that a warning shot such as that, a warning shot, my goodness. People's lives were destroyed and a life has been lost, Peter Lynch's. But anyway, my point here is just don't give in to him. Don't give Starmer what he wants, because he would love for people to start getting very angry and doing some stupid things. I've just been watching a few podcasts mentioning what Dr. David Betts has said, following up on what he said previously about the potential of civil war in Europe in the next, in the UK and in Europe in the next 18 months. And it's looking more and more likely. Not 18 months, sorry, the next 5 years. I think it's at 18%, the probability of a civil unrest in that time. And it's, yeah. And people are very, very angry. I saw some chap down the pathway earlier. He came on to me, and he's still looking at me now. But he wanted to say, look, he said, Richard, you've got to, you don't understand. People are angry. I'm going, I bloody well do understand. And the thing is, this is what I'm going to say to you now, because we have to hand this over to, honestly, right now, the only person you can hand this over to is God. Because if things continue along this way, it can turn nasty. And a lot of people may be angry and think that there'll be a good outcome upon acting upon anger. There won't be. There's never going to be a good outcome from anger. And that's exactly what Keir Starmer wants. He'd love to have the prisons filled, he's been emptying prisons, they're building new prisons. And what for? What do you think the purpose of that is for? Quite simple, to put you and I inside. And that's not something I think we want to happen, really. I personally don't want to go inside, but I know, well, it may be an inevitability that I may end up inside because of what I do. Yaffa, put all your trust in, all trust and faith in God. Absolutely, Yaffa, thank you. That is absolutely correct. Yes, we must put our trust and faith in God, because, I mean, on a personal note, I have dealt with some things on a personal level, some real bad issues. And I could have acted in anger on many an occasion, and I would be inside a jail cell myself right now if I had. And we must all just, remember that there is a God. He does care. He is listening to us. The Bible tells us 365 times, do not be afraid, one for every day. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you very much for that comment. That is absolutely true. We mustn't be afraid, and we must continue to, just to keep focused on Jesus. There's a few people coming along, so I'm going to have a little walk a little further on here. So yeah, just keep focusing on Jesus. That's the main thing. Hand it over to Christ, all the anger. And believe me, there's another side to me. There really is. There's a side to me that could react very, very, very differently to the situation that's taking place in this country. And I'm sure that could be said for most of you watching this. Most of you, I'm sure, have some pretty dark thoughts with regards to how this country's going, and your thoughts might be in haste and in anger, but that's natural. That's okay. It's what you do with those thoughts that matters. Be constructive. You want to take that anger and put it into something positive. Get active politically. There's a few different political parties you can join at the moment who might represent you in a slightly better way than the Uni Party. I mean, you've got Reform. In terms of voting, if there's an election tomorrow, I would be voting Reform. I've said that a load of times. Not my favourite political party, though, by far. No. I'd much rather UKIP, or there's a few other parties that I personally would vote for. Yet, it's the only game in town at the moment. That could change. I've noticed Tommy Robinson, he sort of gave a sort of message in an interview recently. And in that message, he was quite positive, not positive, but trying to disarm the situation with Nigel Farage and him. Because, let's face it, Farage threw him under the bus and he threw the rest of us under the bus. But there we go. That's Nigel Farage for you, and that's how he views people and the world and the system. And yeah, but please remain calm at all times. I do fear that if we had another Southport type incident, then these words would be pretty hollow. But I do ask that even then, I don't know. Do you know, sometimes I think man up, Richard, I think. But what does man up mean? Man up means